All right. Let me know in the chat if you guys are watching the replay. Give me a hashtag replay. And if you're watching this live, welcome to the channel. My name's DeFi Mike. I've been in the crypto space for the past 7.5 years. We've taught over 250,000 people all around the world about crypto and DeFi and how to position themselves. And if you're watching this live, let me know in the chat, first off, where you're tuning in from. And would love to know how you're doing here today. Now, a couple key things I want to talk about is it altcoin season? Are we about to go, okay, on a run here? And feel free to send this and feel free to hit the like button as well. So let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. Breaking news, we just had BNB create an all-time high. This is one of the first altcoins, or actually this is the first altcoin in the top 10 in crypto that has created a new all-time high other than Bitcoin, of course. But the first altcoin, BNB. Is it fraud? Is it speculation? Is it the altcoin season about to happen? I'm going to give you my thoughts in the next couple of minutes on this stream. Jacob said, hey, Mike, good evening. Good evening, Jacob. Deja Just from Minnesota, good to see you in here. So BNB is the first altcoin. Now, this type of movement is something really that you should study. I'm not going to go into it here. I go over this with my students and people that I coach and mentor. Tuning in from Peru, good to see you. Hey, y'all, what's up, Marcin? But BNB, when we look at BNB, it's at 108 billion in market. And, you see the tokenomics. We know it's heavily associated with Binance, BNB. And I think they held this thing up. And today, we're going to be price. I don't know if you got some in the chat. I personally don't really have any BNB, to be honest with you. What's up, Lisa? Chasen, good to see you. Glad you guys are here. New Zealand in the building. Amazing. So this is really good. There is a chart I love to look at called the total 3 market cap. Okay, this is all of the money that's excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So all of the money in the market, and you take all the market cap of Bitcoin and ETH out. Now, when we look at volume, it's really showing us here. Let's go to like the little 3-day time frame. Like there was a huge spike in volume, obviously here. Market fell under that. And that's when we had that initial bottom summer of last year. I was actually in Europe the entire summer of last year for 3 months straight. What's up, Jaziel from Arizona? And we actually called out some pretty incredible levels on a lot of different plays. But this right here, this chart is still not even close to the previous all-time high. And this is really that level that I'm watching for altcoins to run. Now, how many people were here last night? What's up, Jessica from Tampa, DeGarage from North Carolina? Can you go over FIDA? Yeah, I'll go over some questions and stuff. How many of you guys were here on my channel last night? Let me know in the chat where we talked about Solana. Now, we already had a position on Solana at 164.50. All my students got access to that entry. But anyways, last night, stream live on June 3rd. Last night, literally 24 hours ago. And we can see here that Solana is making us look real good. Let me know if you were even able to catch that. This was the move. We got a little 1 to 11 risk to reward on Sol. Even if you showed up late to the stream yesterday, you might have had a potential position on that. So we're looking nice. Really glad you guys came here yesterday and you guys came back. Hopefully we over deliver here. Now for Solana, I am looking at some exits here. 177, 185 for some potential exit points. And that's coming from a leverage standpoint, okay? From a leverage standpoint. So make sure you guys, what else did we talk about last night? Talked about, I think, Royal Caribbean. Talked about Square. Yeah, a lot of stuff is playing out very nicely here. Now, last night we did go over unemployment. Okay, and I'll just kind of put this here for you. when unemployment, so Friday we have unemployment. When unemployment goes up, DX dollar goes down. Why? Because people lose trust in the dollar, in the DXY, the dollar, the value of the dollar. When unemployment is going down, the dollar goes up. Now, not necessarily like same day, but usually in the macro, unemployment is a very, very important data piece that as traders or investors, whether it's real estate or it's crypto or trading, let me know in the chat what you invest in. Is it crypto? Is it real estate? Is it bonds? Is it stocks? And you can be diversified and you can invest in any market. Like when you know how to read these charts, you can trade anything. You can trade oil or silver. I was actually looking at oil. Somebody messaged me to look at it. Let's see which one we're going to look at here. Let's go to this one right here. Oil. Did you know that you could actually trade oil? People were complaining in 2020 when oil went to zero. It literally went to zero, and then it had a huge spike. Well, at this point, if you're in California, you're probably paying like $500 a gallon. But guess what? You could actually trade this thing, and it actually looks like a very nice level here. Or maybe even something like oil starts to go back up. Going into an election, we might have higher gas prices. Let me know in the chat the price of gas where you live. And I know there's different metrics, but if it's in dollars or let me know per gallon if you can do the math real quick. So whether it's oil, whether it's real estate, right? There's some markets here, some stocks, Vanguard Real Estate ETF. This shows you how well their real estate stock portfolio is doing. This actually looks like it wants to actually go higher. $4, Jazziel said gas is where they live. Let me know the city of where you're living or the state, and then how much. $3.39 a gallon. That's cheap gas. I was just in LA last week and it was $8 a gallon. I was like, no, this is wild. This is why everybody drives a damn Tesla here. So back to what I was saying. Unemployment is one of those effects. This Friday, we're going to have some unemployment numbers. And then really what's interesting is next Wednesday, there's some really, really important data that affects everybody here. You have inflation, inflation CPI. And then you have FOMC, which is actually at night. Now, this is interesting because this meeting happens in 7 days, and it's happening at night. And if we come to this website, cmegroup.com, we can see here the probability, right now we're at this interest rate in America. The probability that they go down is 0%, 0% next week. In July, it's 16%, and then in September and October, it's actually 55 and 48%. And a couple months ago, this was like 90%, like September, October, November. Now, what this website is reporting is that they're not even looking to do a rate cut. Now, I do think there will be a surprise rate cut, maybe September. My guess would be September. July would be incredible. July would send all of the markets through the roof. But remember, there's an election. The U.S. election is on November 5th. When is U.S. election? It's November 5th. Very important dates. Okay. Are those meetings private or you can watch them? No, they are public on YouTube. You could actually watch them on YouTube. Rudy says, this is Rudy, good meeting. Oh, appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was great meeting you in San Antonio. That was an incredible event. We'll be doing another US tour here soon, maybe at the end of the year. So US election, November 5th. Maybe we'll do the tour after the election. Guess what? There's a meeting the 2 days after the election. So I think we do get a cut before this year ends. And when we're looking at the price of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is one sneeze away from going into an all-time high again. Now, you know what's interesting? And I was actually looking at this earlier, is we obviously went through this entire market cycle, this entire bear market. But Bitcoin barely got above like 10% from its previous all-time high here. Like, from the body of the candle to that wick, like 9%. When we look at something like NVIDIA, and when people like actually understand this, like how much money can flow into an asset so fast, NVIDIA's all-time high right here in the top of the bull market was $335. Do you see what happened to NVIDIA? It went up 260% from that previous bull market all-time high. We haven't even seen that in crypto. So hold your horses, get ready, continue to dollar cost average, continue to build your portfolio. There will come a time where I will stop completely buying most cryptos, and I'll be looking for more of a trading standpoint, more of a leverage standpoint, more of the skill. And that's why when you understand trading and you understand smart money and you understand these things, you can apply it to all markets. Currently I'm shorting USD CAD. The market's already in the right direction, but I'm looking for the USD CAD. This is a terrible chart, but I'm looking for the dollar to actually fall this week. I don't know why those green lines are there, but actually, looking for the dollar to fall and to kind of sweep some of this liquidity. Maybe it comes down into here, 3409 would be even incredible, more incredible. Okay. And the reason for that is I'm betting that this dollar were to maybe come into here like 103, 103.30. And it definitely could, come in here, bounce, and then continue to the downside. So something that we're watching this week. And I just wanted to go live because, BNB all-time high. This is Tanisha says that's crazy. I'm literally looking at USD CAD right now. Yeah, I like it for New York session tomorrow. I'm not fully trading FX like I used to. Forex is dollar down, and I do like some of this news that could be happening. And remember when they cut rates, okay? So we talked about unemployment going up brings the value of the dollar down. When they cut rates, that will also bring the value of the dollar down. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to crash. I don't think the dollar is going to crash. We'd be in a lot of trouble if the dollar crashed, I'll tell you that. But there are retracements, and we are going into an election. So you do need to keep that in mind, okay? But if there's any questions in the chat, I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to do a stream also tomorrow night as well. We'll be back live again. And I really just want to kick it with you guys. Answer some questions. If you guys want to bring up some topics, we can talk about it. I know today, Thailand, they approved an ETF. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool news. So anything you guys want to go over? I know somebody mentioned FIDA before. This might not be the best chart, but let's pull it up here. I mean, I know I call this out here actually to all my students. It actually doubled in price and now pulled back. So, you got to understand where the market's at. Also where volume's coming in. All of the volume, like you see how the volume right here, the highest volume ever was right here when the market went down. Smart money or whales or whatever you want to call it is accumulating here. Okay, and if FIDO gets some money inside of it, which I think it will, like any asset, it will go higher. But there's a reason that volume spiked, right? $40 million market cap. So tokenomics are pretty decent. Yeah, I would always do your own research on everything. I wouldn't trust anybody. If you're watching my YouTube for the first time, let me know in the chat. I do some lives from time to time when I'm not working with like my students and all the people I consult with and consult for. So I do like this. I do like the peak in volume. I like how market went down. You guys see how there's a lot of volume here, but then the market went down. I love to see that. Love to see that. Um, so anything else you guys want me to look at? I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bitcoin at an all-time high tomorrow. Just being honest, maybe even tonight, but probably going into New York session tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing just rips into 75, 80K. And then it goes into something called price discovery. And price discovery is where BNB is at right now, where there is no chart to trade off of to the left. It is literally the market went sideways, created this flag looking pattern, which I don't really trade off patterns, but that's a very clean low, high, blah, 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 blah. And then just breaks out, filled the imbalance, created liquidity, and is just running to the upside. So price discovery is a heck of a thing. We never really saw it on Bitcoin because Bitcoin just came right back down and then it created these highs, then came right back down. So we haven't really seen Bitcoin make a move. You know, this is what we call a move, where Bitcoin broke above, kept going. You know, really, we haven't seen that since 2020. Do you think it'll do anything this bull market? If you talk about FIDA, I do think so. Remember, there's ecosystems. So if you have Sol, Sol has an ecosystem of all these projects. You know, Sol will run, and then that money will flow down into some of those ecosystem projects. Not all of them, of course. Some of them. What about Gala? I like Gala. 2 to 4 cents. We've been looking to accumulate. What are we at now? 4.5. Not bad. I love when my crypto friends send me good news about cryptos that we invested into. It's amazing. I love it. Make sure you have some good friends in your life. What about Gala? Yeah, I like Gala. Need to poke XRP with a stick or something. XRP needs a lot more than that. Yeah, Ondo, that thing is just running. I know some of you guys are probably able to get position on that very nicely. 2 billion market cap. It does not want to pull back at all. You can see here it's at an all-time high pretty much right now. Market cap is just running. Ondo is one of the projects that BlackRock is using to bring real world assets and digitalize them. So tons of speculation here around Ondo. Uniswap's having a good day. Yeah. Uniswap's a great example because I have videos on my channel. If you guys have been plugged into these and one of my students, oh man, I mean, let me try to find the chart where I sent this out like literally like a year ago. Give me 1 second. Here it is. So like we were accumulating March of last year. Uniswap. Now, let me show you why. Everybody see the volume. Whoops. Huge spike in volume right here. Let me delete all this. This is distracting. So Uniswap's obviously falling down. Huge buy volume, and then the market goes under that. I love to see it. We took a position. We called it out right here. We hit our entry on Uniswap. Uniswap actually ends up running and hitting our take profit, going for over 200%. And then look at this. This is interesting right here. Uniswap gets sued by the SEC. Interesting. Sounds familiar, XRP. They get sued by the SEC. What was it, last month or 2 months ago? But the highest volume ever comes in, and then the market goes down. So highest volume comes in, buy to sell move, fills that candle, and now starts to push back to the upside. What do we call that in the chat box? I love good news about crypto. Oh, Solana's running right now as well. Nice. What do we call that? We call that manipulation in the market. Okay. And remember, manipulation is not just on the charts, it's in the news, it's on social media. You know, you'll see people try to manipulate the price of certain tokens, especially low cap coins. You know, people will say anything to get a low cap coin to a higher price. You have to be very careful. If your portfolio is built like a lot of low caps, you're going to have a very volatile portfolio. Be very careful with that. Liquidity, sweep, yep. Manipulation in the market for sure. Somebody said Maker. Yeah, Maker had a really big pullback, and I'm not going to go into the charts here. I'm just going to show it here. It's easier. Maker had a really big pullback because a lot of that money left into and went into Ethereum. So Maker actually was just at like 4,000 and it pulled back. Why? Because if you look at the Maker versus Ethereum chart, that liquidity left, people moved money out into ETH. Why? Because ETH had an ETF get approved. Now it's still not live trading, so keep that in mind. When Ethereum starts live trading, here's my prediction. My prediction is when ETH fully goes live with the ETF trading, we're above 42, 4,500. So this is where news affects the market, right? Now we've known that ETH was a good potential buy for a long time, right? How many people have known that? You know, my first ETH purchase was at $88. First quarter, somewhere right over here. First quarter of 2020, 2017, actually. Then the market broke, came back down. Take a look at this. All the volume came in on ETH right here, about $500, $600, $700. Huge run. Market pulled back, played into this level. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Wouldn't be surprised if ETF starts going live here, market does something like this, and then rips to 6, 7K. Very possible that we could see a $7,000 to $10,000 ETH on this run. Keep that in mind. And Solana is just printing freaking money right now for so many people. Because people paid attention. Sol is actually about to hit our first exit right here. Little round of applause in the chat for people that didn't listen to the people on social media saying it's a bad project. And yes, I understand Solana has had outages before, just like everything else has. Y'all don't remember when Ethereum shut down? Okay, Ethereum had a horrible day. You want to go back in time? Let me actually just show you on the chart. Ethereum had a day where it like got wrecked. I think it was 2016 or maybe, yeah, it was like here. Like at the end of 2016, like Ethereum actually like their blockchain like shut down or something for a couple days. And then it just kind of led to like a full-on spiral of ETH just selling off. And could you imagine buying Ethereum here at $15, selling it here at $7, $8? I actually got into ETH later than that. I got into ETH actually up here. My first two purchases were Litecoin and Ripple. But anyways, like ETH had a huge sell-off, issues with the network, shutting down, wasn't working, boom. Can you imagine selling it? Something you bought at 7, 8, 9, 10, $15, and it goes to $5,000. Sounds familiar? Could happen. Not saying it will. Don't know if it will. Just saying. Not really worried about price, really worried about market cap. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's looking like it wants to run to our level here at 177. That'll be exit 1. BNB, for those that just got on here, sub Kristen, Deja's clapping. You killed on your so-calls. I appreciate that, Tanner. BNB is in price discovery. Price discovery means that this was the all-time high. The market does a whole thing, and then boom, there's no chart over here. So then the market just does whatever it wants, and it creates another chart, right? It creates more data. And the good news here is we love price discovery inside of crypto, inside of investing. We want that because it means the market's going up. So Jennifer said, I'm in Solana. congratulations. Leverage or portfolio or both. Um, clean setup. Clean setup here. I think all of our exits will get hit here. But obviously, move wisely. All right. Any last questions? Anything you want to share or ask in the chat? I'll be back live tomorrow. How many people think I should be live tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern? We'll run it back. We'll see what's happening in the market today. Thailand accepted an ETF. Have you covered the merger, Fetch, Ocean, and Singularity? Yes, I have on my with all of my students. I'm not going to go over that here today, but all of those 3 coins, Fetch, Ocean, and Singularity, stop buying them because the new coin is coming out, and you could buy them. Actually, you're going to get token allocation in those new tokens. So if you're holding Ocean, you're going to get some sort of allocation. I haven't looked too deep into it, but you're going to get some allocation for their new project, which is, I forgot the name. Yes, me run it. Yeah, we'll probably be back tomorrow. Maybe like 1 or 2 more days we'll do it. And if you guys are not following me on Instagram at DeFi Mike Sotero, make sure you guys head over there. Shoot me a follow. Let me know what you took away from today's live. And if you have not read my ebook, which is completely for free, DeFiebook.com. I'll put it in the chat for you real quick. Starting place if you're new in crypto. It's 11 pages. I saw somebody, I posted on my story today, somebody actually printed the book out, extremely smart, and 11 pages. I dropped the book January of last year at the bottom of the market on purpose. And it just happened to be at the bottom of the market, but we knew the market was coming to that bottom. So yeah, that's really it. Thanks, Mike. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll probably do it tomorrow. Links in the chat to grab the book. And last thing I'll go over here is the total market cap. You know, just kind of keep this in mind for crypto people on here. We still have not yet returned to the previous all-time high in money in crypto. So, you know, I don't know where we'll end up, but I'll just kind of tell you this is when the last market cap was broken, right? This did a 3x at the top of 4x. If we repeat something like that, I don't even need a 4x. Get it? You know, if we double, Bitcoin's at probably multiple 6 figures or maybe a couple 150, 140,000. So to be honest, go of the chart. We'll always go off of the chart, right? We'll always look for like a break and then a pullback, a lower high. We'll look for some things. I will make a video this week if you guys want me to on my exit strategy, some exit strategies. I'll drop like a 3 to 5 minute video on YouTube if you guys want that. You know, but I'll just tell you this, you know, get real skeptical as the market is pumping into $4, $5, $6, $7 trillion. Don't be the person in this cycle that gets stuck holding the bag. Hold the door for people, but don't get stuck holding the bag, because that's what they want you to do, and that's what will happen is you'll get stuck holding all this crypto, and then they'll sell on you, and then they'll sell on you, and then they'll sell on you, and guess what? You'll walk away with nothing, or what will happen is you'll have what we call a round trip. You'll make all this money, and this will be called unrealized gains. You know what unrealized gains are? It means that they're gains, but they're not, whoops. You know what this means? Is they're not real. You know when the gains are real? X marks the spot, a star, whatever you want to put there, is when you take profit. And this is just when you take profit into dollars or stable coins, that's when it's real. Now, what will happen though is, and I made this mistake, trust me, is you'll take profit. Some of y'all will make a ton of money in investing. Some of y'all won't make anything because this is what will happen to you. Is now you'll move your money into like a stable coin, for example. And then you know what? The market will pull back and you'll think it's a good time to put all that money back into the market. and then the market will take a round trip right back down, and then you'll have to wait 4 more years. On my YouTube channel, I literally have a video on how to avoid doing that. Okay, go to my YouTube. Okay, go into my channel. This is probably going to start playing a video here. And go into the videos. Actually, go into the lives, and you guys can go watch this one right here. Buy or sell crypto. That one is really good. And there's another video. I would watch all these, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, watch that one. Will Bitcoin? What did I title it? Will inflation crash the market? That's another one. I'd go into that as well. But really, buy or sell crypto. That's a video I would go watch. Okay. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 p.m. Drop some tens in the chat if you want me to do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll run it back, but drop some tens because why not? And do yourself a favor. Smash that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Hit the like button as well on your way out, and greatly appreciate it. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram, and feel free to send me something that you took away from today's live. Hope y'all have a great night. Much love, and God bless. See y'all